Greetings. I got like a new pencil sharpener recently, but I don't know where it has gone. Um, but anyways, welcome to all of you joining the stream. I've not done this stream in a long time. Uh, but I'm back. And I'm also gonna do another stream later on my music channel, I think. Because yeah, that should be fun. All right. Let's see. So, as per usual, you guys can give me an anime character to draw in the comments. And I will do my best to draw that anime character from memory. But yeah. Let's see. All right. But yeah, welcome to the drawing stream for sure. Who is an anime character you guys would like me to try and draw? Oh, wait. It's such a like dumb joke, but I don't know why I like doing that a lot. Just being like, oh wait, I should probably drink more water while I'm waiting as well. Welcome to those of you just joining the stream. But yeah, leave me an anime character or a request to draw an anime character in the comments. I'll do my best for memory. Yeah, it's my massive water bottle. I need to drink more water. So the only way I can do that is if I have like a literal like whole like jug of water. Let's see. Welcome to those of you just joining the stream. But yeah, feel free to give me any recommendations of what anime character to draw. Maybe I'll even just like draw like an outline while I'm waiting for a recommendation. But I guess it would look awkward if like it was something that was like just a very like average stance or like a mismatching stance for a character. That'd be kind of funny though. But yeah, here's an anime character you guys want me to try and draw. Rick and Morty is not anime. Let's see. I shouldn't draw like the face yet because I still don't know the face shape, hypothetically. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing that one either. That is an anime character, but on principle, I just can't. Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's actually such an interesting debate that people have because, like, I believe a lot of the animation for that show is done in like Korea. Um, But yeah. Can I do something from My Hero Academia? Like which character? I think the only characters I've drawn from My Hero Academia, typically in the past on my own free time, were I definitely drew Deku once, and I think I drew Uraraka. But yeah, let's see. If I'm gonna do a character from My Hero, though, maybe I should choose a like interesting pose. I'm not very good at poses, though. Let's see. Maybe like a slightly sideways angle. Gender bent Vegeta. That would be like super difficult in my head. I am trying to work on like drawing muscles more for sure, but it's also kind of tricky because I think like, yeah, it's a lot of anatomy I have to like study on. I've been working on a lot of like poses and different angles, but yeah, I might do a character from My Hero. Um, let's see. But Super Saiyan. Let's see. I think I might do. This is something where I could either make it really difficult for myself or really easy for myself. Because I haven't ever drawn like Bakugo, but I feel like that's like one of the harder characters to draw in the show, and especially if it's from like memory, it's like, oh my gosh, like what am I actually gonna do? Um, but if it's like Todoroki, I feel like Todoroki's like fairly simple. But yeah. I'm like Superman when I take my glasses off, I'm a whole new person. That's like everyone with glasses. It's like, who are you? Um, hello, Auditect. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna draw Bakugo from My Hero, but I don't actually know how I'm gonna even achieve this successfully. It's okay. It's a rough sketch. We're just gonna do a rough sketch because it's from memory. But then the issue is especially when it's gonna come down to how much I remember about how to just draw certain angles and stuff. Let's see. I can't remember Todoroki's outfit. It's pretty basic. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. I think it's just like the UA like outfit, but like basically just like more plain and with extra stuff, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. It's the voice lady. It is. It's me. Thank you for the funds, nerd. Joke, have a good day. I mean, you say that, but I am like a voice actress who's like choosing to spend her time right now drawing anime characters. Ah, so I'm currently drawing like a skeleton, like a pose. Um, I think what's gonna be more difficult is like the facial expressions, kind of. And I feel like I don't want like my Bakugo drawing to look like too short for sure, because that can happen. Let's see. It's already looking like a little wonky, but that's okay. It's just a rough sketch, so it'll be fine. It'll work out. The proportions are going to be a little bit off. Let's see. Didn't think the voice lady draws. She does draw. Let's see. I totally forgot to put on background music too. That's okay. Um, but yeah, what have I done? Okay. Now here comes the interesting part. I basically remember nothing about how he looks from like the shoulders down. His hero name is a whole paragraph, literally. Okay. Another problem I struggle with is like sometimes I think I draw faces too wide. So I'm like trying to work on that more, but it's not exactly my forte. And I have a feeling the more I work on like different angles with faces in the future, the easier it'll get. But yeah, okay. He's got like really spiky hair, but that's the thing, like the directions of it are so like specific where it's like if you get it wrong, it does not even look like the same character. Oh boy. And that's what we're discovering right now. Gosh, why did I do this to myself? Okay. And I think his hair starts to kind of go up a little bit. No. No, I'm not gonna do that. I already like The second I started doing that, I was like, "Oh, I don't like this at all." I know what it is. His hair kind of goes, like, straight up. It doesn't really go in, like, a direction of, like, down and everything. Okay, maybe I'll be fine. Um, it also kind of has this, like, rounder, like, direction as well with the shape of it. Um, yeah, it's very spiky, very anime for sure. It's not quite looking how I want it to look. I need to try and just not make it go in like the forward direction because that's like what I want to do, but that's not the way it looks. Let's see. I don't think the video is flipped. Oh, I'm right-handed, but I guess it would be from like your guys' perspective. It probably would look like I'm left-handed. I think I was watching like what was it recently? Oh yeah, it was the new like Dracula movie. I went to go see that movie. I think there was like one part where the character Mina was like talking to someone and she's like, "Oh, I've been told I should try and like be left-handed and everything." I was like, "Is that a thing you can do?" And then in my head I was like, "Wait, that's a silly question." Because I literally play a bunch of instruments where you have to learn how to use like both hands. So I guess hypothetically, you could teach yourself how to be left-handed. But I've just never thought of that for something like drawing, I guess. Okay. So this is gonna look more like I think my rendition of this character. I mean, Ari was gonna be that since it was gonna be from memory, but it's especially gonna look like that. Let's see. How am I? I'm doing well. Yeah, I can show you guys a sneak peek at the art. So this is what I could do for the hair so far. And we're gonna see how well I can do like everything else. Maybe his jaw is like actually smaller, but it might be too late. I'll probably just have to make some of the proportions on his face a little bit wider. Let's see. Okay. So now, oh, well, his, I guess it depends what outfit though. Because he has like an outfit with like a higher like collar on the shirt, But then he has one that's almost more like a tank top kind of. Then I would have to draw muscles, and that's not easy for me. I guess I'll it would be a challenge, but what's my favorite gas station? Uh, I don't think I have a favorite. I mean, well, I think there's definitely differing quality in gas stations, like, let's not kid ourselves. I don't think anyone's favorite is, like, 7-Eleven, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are some people where they're like, "Oh, that's my favorite." I think that's how you draw arms. And then what is his like? He has like the like grenade things on his hands. What does that look like? Um, that's way too small for what I drew. Uh, but yeah, I think that I don't think I have a favorite. I guess any place that feels like it's like not sketchy. Excuse me, I love 7-Eleven. I mean, I'm good for you. That's good. Let's see. Do you ever take notes on the dates of your tests so you never feel anxious about them? It's been a long time since I've like had to take a test for anything. Um, but I remember when I was like younger, like they'd let you take like open note tests depending on how like certain subjects, like marine biology. I remember like taking that one year and that was like an open note test and I was like, that is great. Because that was an incredibly difficult class for myself. Do you need a degree for voice acting? No, I think it's nice to like learn as much as you can about acting in general and about the industry in general. So I wouldn't necessarily discourage you from pursuing an acting education, but to actually do voice acting, there's definitely like stuff you can reference online, for sure as well. I think like Joe Zisha actually has like some pretty good tips and whatnot on voice acting and just talking about whether it's like the industry or like how to actually like voice act and even like the shorts he makes where he's like this is how you do like this kind of character voice and everything. um but it's very much partially a craft where you kind of have to like self teach, um but definitely work on, even more important than being able to do like a million voices, work on like inflection and enunciation. But yeah, that would be my advice. You don't need a license to do voice acting. That is not a thing. Maybe in Japan. I could see it being a thing in Japan since it's, like, such a big industry. But no, even still, you don't need that's ridiculous. Like, the most you'll need for any job is, like, a kind of, like, career, like or what does that even mean? I mean, like, you'll need, like, qualifications for a certain, like, career, and so maybe for some jobs, it's like, yeah, they'll require, like, a certain kind of, like, education, or maybe, like, a certification for something, but yeah, let's see. Okay. And now it's trying to remember, like, what the whole outfit looks like. Okay, I definitely don't wanna draw, like, the neck too thick. That is something I struggle with sometimes in my art. Let's see. Um, let's see. I'm gonna turn this way. This feels like too far apart. There we go. I think that's better. It's hard to say though. Let's see. To be formally hired? No, not even like formally hired, I'm pretty sure. Because like there's definitely like some companies where like maybe they want you to be a part of like SAG-AFTRA, and so they're like, we'll only like or SAG-AFTRA is like you can only do projects that are approved within like SAG-AFTRA. Um, at least that's what it seems like they're like pushing for anyways. Whether that's actually like in effect as of currently is unclear. But like you can very much get non-union work if you're someone who's not with a union. And you can very much still get into like indie projects. Because there are definitely like certain jobs where it's like you need like certain certifications for something. Like I remember I took like cosmetology for a couple of years, and it's like, yeah, you need to like pass your state board, you need like certain certifications for certain services, but like that's only really for jobs where it's like it involves like a specific like science or something with things like working with like specific chemicals or working with like yeah, basically anything that's difficult, anything that's like a hazardous like product. When you like teach, you know, you need like at like a public school, you need a CPR certification in case of emergencies. But yeah, like I actually haven't seen Vigilantes yet, so I can't say whether it's good or not, but I feel like I've heard mostly positive things. But yeah, I don't know if I'm making this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, um, I'll definitely have to check it out eventually. I still have to finish the show of My Hero, or the most recent season. Don't think I'm quite getting the shape of this. What did it look like? Oh, wait. Okay, I think I got it now. Yeah, this is looking a little off. That's okay. I'll be fine. Okay, and then this is like literally just all from what my mind can remember about this costume design. Let's see. Who did you voice act? Because it says on the title you're a voice actor. I am a voice actor. Uh, Definitely probably not like a super well-known character as of yet. Because I mostly do a lot of indie projects, and but one of my favorite characters that I've voiced is so far is Princess Merope in this one project I'm in called Plague of Crowns. And if you check out where it says the playlist on my channel that says projects I'm in, that'll take you to some other projects I've been in. But yeah, I think sometimes like it's definitely like an interesting question. But I think sometimes are like, oh, if you voice act, you've been given like a super popular role, right? It's like that's like not quite the case for like the majority of voice actors. But we do it for the love of the craft, for sure. Okay, so now, if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like Bakugo had this almost very like, at least in seasons one and two, very kind of like cargo pants looking design. Maybe I'm just imagining that. But yeah, this is really Emphasis on the drawing from memory part of the stream. Let's see. I think so anyways. That's what I remember. What'd he have? Did he have like some kind of like special belt? I feel like all the characters kind of do. I just can't remember the like details on those things. And I think his pants were like green. Were they not? I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, when I drew Momo from Dandadan, I think I still have that picture. Uh, yeah, it's this one. This is what I drew last time. Do I design superhero costumes? That would be cool. I think like honestly I should try that one day. Like just creating like a superhero from my mind. When I was in a creative writing class when I was younger, I remember they're like draw or like or not draw. They're like write a story with like these elements basically. And I remember I wrote like a kind of superhero detective type story. And then I was like, as I got older, I was like, this was really bad. But I thought it was like interesting at the time. The premise of the story um, was that it was like a little like because it was like right one chapter basically of the story. Um, so it was like a dude who was like a superhero, but was like taking care of like his like little sister who's like way younger than him and kind of trying to balance out his like superhero life, but also being like a good older brother and everything. I thought that was the bee's knees when I wrote it when I was younger for my class. I might have like overdone it sometimes in that class. I remember we had like one assignment where it was like write like a story or like I don't know, write at least like 10 pages of a story and I wrote like 30 or something. It's like I didn't even need to. But I just wanted to because I was like, no, because then like you won't get to know the characters enough. It won't make sense. But then I realized that like as I've gotten older, I'm like, it's actually like very impressive if you can make people care about characters in something with only like a couple of like pages or like a couple of sentences. Um, like I've talked before about how I recently watched 1726, which is a bunch of like Tatsuki Fujimoto's shorts. And it was interesting to me because I think like watching a bunch of that and everything, I was like, wow, the thing that is actually really stood out to me about his shorts and really impressive in general, like in general about his writing is he can get you to understand what a character is about and who they are with just like a couple of sentences or like a couple of scenes. Um, so yeah, that's like very impressive. Um, And yeah, I think that that's a skill that is incredibly difficult to achieve in writing, but I think it's a good one for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how this looks. It's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll work it out. But yeah, I think people really underestimate things like that sometimes. Like, it really is incredibly difficult to like write a story where you can say more with less. But I think that is a good skill to have in writing, for sure. Right. These arms seem to be very different proportions. Oh my gosh. No. This is definitely the design was definitely way more complex for his hero costume. What I drew is not it, but it's okay. It happens. Ugh, and then that's the thing, but it's definitely higher or closer to his arms, isn't it? And then watch as once again I just completely avoid drawing hands probably because I'm scared of drawing hands. That should be the next thing I work on for sure. Uh, okay. Um, yeah, I need to either make that smaller or lower. And I'm gonna go with this option because that seems easier to me, even though it's probably not accurate. Let's see. Hello to any of you just joined the stream. Oh yeah, how I'm wearing the pajama pants with just the regular shirt. What's my most favorite thing to draw? I mean, I feel like honestly, I do really like drawing like original characters for like any stories I come up with in my head or like actually have like the will to write. Um, but I think I kind of also sometimes like drawing animals, but I haven't done that in a while. Uh, what else? I like drawing, I mean, yeah, a lot of my favorite characters for sure from stuff. I think like one of my favorite drawings maybe I've ever done of a character was when I drew Lelouch from Code Geass. That was fun. Okay, and then he has like, okay, let's see. So I'm trying to figure this out. If you have a hand facing this way, okay, yeah, I always need to like think about that. But yeah, I think my drawing of Lelouch from Code Geass is one of my favorite drawings I've done of like a character that I thought was cool or interesting. Let's see. I can't make myself drawing because I feel too directionless to start. Is this something you've struggled with? How do you overcome it? I think that honestly, like, it is really something where it's like you have to try and push yourself and just have this like commitment some days where it's like maybe you don't feel like drawing, but you like have to go through with it. But I do think that it it can be like different for different people on what actually like helps them to get there. I think like for myself, for example, I've like picked a day out of the week where I'm like, I'm gonna take this time specifically to draw on this day. So I'm at least drawing like once a week. And I'm gonna work on a specific thing that I know I struggle with. Um, and that helps me, I think. But it's different for everyone and like what's gonna be helpful to them. Uh, yeah. Muscles are not my forte, but that's okay. Let's see. That's what I do, at least. Um, but yeah. I mean, it really is like perseverance for sure with anything. Voice acting, drawing, writing, writing music, working on singing and instruments. All of those things are just persevering and trying to like find ways to motivate yourself to keep working at those things. This doesn't look half bad. It doesn't look perfect for sure. Weirdly enough, I kind of remember what the inside of Bakugo's gloves look like. I remember they're like orange on the inside, um, near like the palm, and then it's like everything else just out the window. Um, I know I'm getting something wrong with like the kind of like belt he has. Is it just like the same thing as like what he has on his shoulders? That's okay. That's all right. I have to draw the face anyways. Okay, first I'm gonna draw the nose. Um, then I'm gonna draw the eyes and see if I actually remember what his eyes look like. Don't think I want to make one eye too much larger than the other, though. He's definitely like always yelling, like all the time. Maybe a little less in like recent seasons. Uh, so let's see. He's got kind of thin eyebrows. I remember that. It's like all of these like very random details, but none of the actually like major ones. Like it's like I remember his eyebrows, just not his whole costume. I think yeah, we're kind of getting somewhere. Ugh, this is gonna look so off, but that's okay. It happens. There we go. And then we're gonna put his eyes in the center, probably. And then he has a mask. Okay. What does that mask look like? If I draw the mask, then I don't have to draw the eyebrows. I just have to make sure I give it definitive lines. But yeah, let's see. I think it's like kind of torn at the bottom, if I'm remembering correctly. And then okay. It's all making sense now. Kind of. Let's see. Okay. I have to make the mask almost look angry too, since his eyebrows are not visible. But yeah. Let's see. Sorry if I'm missing some comments. Getting like super focused. And then I remember he has these like things on the back of his mask resembling explosions. But I'm also forgetting how those look. I will say this, I think this is just even a testament to how actually good the character designs are in My Hero. Like, I mean, I'm probably not the first person to say that about that show, but I think like thinking about it as I'm like drawing right now, I'm like, yeah, that is like incredibly creative. And like in general, I actually find it like super creative with like the superpowers too. Because in my head sometimes I'll think about like if I'm writing a character with like abilities on my free time, and I'm like, what's like an interesting way to like utilize this ability where people don't typically think of that with that ability. and it's like really difficult. Um, but I think like it's something where, yeah, when someone can actually think of like an ability that hasn't really ever been like used very much in like a story, that's always impressive to me. Like in thinking about my hero, I'm like, there's definitely like some characters with certain abilities that like have been used in a story. So the challenge is like finding a unique way to utilize that um with them. But then at the same time, there's some characters where I'm like, I don't actually think I've like seen this power, this ability used in a story. And I think one example of that is like Bakugo with explosions. Like I've never seen a story where a character's ability is actually like explosions, or even like utilizing in certain ways like just like a similar ability but something different, where like I think of like Ida, and I'm like, technically there's been like a lot of characters in stories who have like speed as like something they can do, but having it where it's not this speed that exceeds time and everything, um and also having it be this very literal thing, uh like in My Hero where Ida literally has like engines on his legs. That's like pretty interesting. But yeah, let's see. And now I'm trying to figure out how to draw a mouth without just looking like super off-putting. Let's see. Uh, oh gosh. Will I regret this decision? There we go. Okay, that's better. I think it's honestly like thinking about voice acting, uh, and My Hero Academia. Um, I'm honestly thinking about how it's like kind of amazing and incredible and really speaks to like the talent and skill of like the voice actors in that show. And thinking about like since I'm drawing Bakugo right now, Bakugo's like dub voice actor and how he's also Himmel in like Frieren. Those are just so different characters. I'm like, that's pretty crazy. Or even like Connie in Attack on Titan. Actually, there's a lot of My Hero voice actors in Attack on Titan. Um, like J. Michael Tatum, uh, who's like Ida in My Hero, but Ervin Smith in Attack on Titan. That's pretty crazy. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, it's certainly a drawing so far. I'll figure out how to make this look good. Let's see. My hero kind of does like these like angry lines when characters are angry. So maybe I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna go for. Okay. Uh, that's pretty good. Let's see. Okay, this will look better. I know it. I can feel it. I can sense the potential of this drawing. It's just really hard right now. It doesn't look like that yet. Let's see. Okay. Are you a voiceover actress? Yes, I am. I am a voiceover actress.
I can do all the silly voices.
Let's see. Potential drawing. Mm, I'm trying my best. Let's see. Okay, this isn't looking half bad now. But we're off to a rough start. I think one of my roommates just did a very loud burp for sure. Let's see. Just like art class in fifth grade. Have you played any of, I assume you're saying the Tales of games? If it is Trails, I don't know. Um, but I've definitely played like one or two of the Tales of games. But it's like the ones that everyone plays, which is like Berseria, um, and Arise. I don't super dislike Tales of Arise. Actually, that's the wrong thing to say. I like Tales of Arise. I do understand why some people think the second half of the game is weaker than the first half, but I kind of like it. I think it's a fun game. I just like how it looks visually too. It's very pretty. All right. So now what I think I need to do is probably make some of the spots on the mask more noticeable. Uh, such as that. All right. Let's see. Uh, that doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's just a lot of work. All right. Um, yeah, that looks cool. Now let's see. He has red eyes. Um, I hope everyone has a great day and never give up no matter what. Oh, that's nice. I hope so too for everyone. Okay. Uh, all right. And I'm gonna draw like all of the angry lines and stuff. And then let's see. Some of the shadow. Let's see. This is looking kind of nice. It's definitely tricky though. Okay. And then the shadow. Uh, there's probably, I'm probably missing something. Uh, okay. Then we're gonna use this and maybe this. Uh, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope, yeah, things work out. And I'm glad to hear that you're continuing to work on drawing despite that has happened. Because, yeah, that seems pretty difficult for sure. Let's see. Mm, just gonna do that really quick. It's better. Okay. Let's see. So what VAs are you drawing? I'm drawing an anime character. I'm drawing Bakugo from My Hero from memory. It's proving to be very difficult for sure. Okay. Uh, so in the comments, it's like, that's exactly what I look like. Me when I see Artoria and Fate. Oh yeah, that's people have said I look like Artoria. I wish I looked that cool. I learned how to do her hairstyle once. That was pretty fun. Uh, okay. We're just gonna do that. The real question is, will I try to attempt drawing the explosions? I don't. That might take a lot longer than I have time for this stream. Uh, let's see. Okay, so Bakugo's hair is almost a light color of like, it's not like yellow. It's like this like pale kind of like blonde hair. So maybe some brown too. Okay, and now I can add this into the mix. I might end up having to use even just like a little more brown, but that's okay. Okay. Ideally the stream is working now, but yeah, let me know if that's the case. Okay, it seems like it's working. That was interesting there for a bit. Where the stream seemed like it cut off. Awesome. Let's see. Oh gosh. Quite a bit of progress made for sure. But still ultimately very difficult. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. We're doing our best. We're trying our best. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. It's proving difficult for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. It's not super proportionate, but that's okay. I'll work on that more later. All right. Need this. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Kind of. see. Um, okay. It's going well. I promise. That's what I have so far. Let's see. Let's see. Mm, all right. This is what I have so far. Let's see. Uh, okay. Um, I need orange. All right. I think we're just gonna speed run the rest of this. Okay. I need green. Let's see. Mm, It's working. It's looking good. I'm drawing Bakugo from My Hero from memory. Gosh. Right. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just like, oh gosh. Oof. Trying to do everything I can to make it look nice. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do for this drawing? Let's see. Okay. I think I think I've completed the drawing. Let's see. There we go. All right, you guys ready for this? Oh gosh, I did my best. Oh, it took so long, but I did my best. This is my Bakugo drawing from memory. Uh, all right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me today. Um, Thank you. Uh, yeah, I hope you all have a good day. I will be doing like a stream later on my music channel. Uh, but yeah, I hope you guys all have a good day. Maybe I'll draw Deku next time. But yeah, bye.